Jiddu Krishnamurti was a renowned Indian philosopher, speaker, and writer. He became known for his rejection of all religious and philosophical ideologies, advocating instead for a path of self-inquiry and personal discovery. Krishnamurti's teachings emphasized the importance of understanding the mind, questioning traditional beliefs, and achieving inner freedom. He spoke extensively on topics such as the nature of consciousness, education, and the need for radical change in society. Krishnamurti's approach was non-dogmatic, and he believed that truth could only be realized through direct experience rather than adherence to any particular system of thought. His work continues to inspire individuals seeking to understand themselves and the world around them. Before diving into today's content, do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Curious Text channel. Let's delve into the profound and inspiring thoughts of Jiddu Krishnamurti.
Ambition produces certain industrial benefits, but in its wake, there is the darkening of the mind. Ambition is a form of power, the desire for power over oneself and others, the power to do something better than anybody else. And ambition is a sense of comparison, and so the ambitious man is not a creative man, is never a happy man. In himself, he is discontented. The ambitious man is afraid to be what he is. A mind that is not concerned with itself, that is free of ambition, a mind that not caught up in its own desires or driven by its own pursuit of success, such a mind is not shallow and it flowers in goodness. Society is based on ambition and conflict, and almost everyone accepts this fact as inevitable. It is good to hide your brilliance under a bushel, to be anonymous, to love what you are doing and not to show off. One can live in this world anonymously, completely unknown, without being famous, ambitious, cruel. Love is anonymous. I may love my wife and my children, but the quality of that love is anonymous. Like the sunset, love is neither yours nor mine. The self can never be anonymous. It may put on a new robe, assume a different name, but identity is its very substance. This identifying process prevents the awareness of its own nature. Anonymity is humility. You cannot depend upon anybody. There is no guide, no teacher, no authority. There is only you, your relationship with others, and with the world. Nobody can teach you about yourself except yourself. So you have to be the guru and the disciple yourself and learn from yourself. What you learn from another is not true. To be free of all authority, your own and that of another, is to die to everything of yesterday, so that your mind is fresh, young, innocent, full of vigor and passion. Leaders destroy the followers and followers destroy the leaders. When one is in disorder and confusion, society becomes utterly chaotic. Then that very disorder creates authority. The moment I am aware that I am aware, I'm not aware. Nobody need tell you how to look. You just look. We are intellectually concerned with the idea of awareness, yet not actually aware of what is taking place. To be aware means to be sensitive, alive to the things about one, to nature, to people, to color, to trees, to the environment, to the social structure, the whole thing. To be aware outwardly of all that's happening and to be aware of what is happening inside. If one is attentive, aware of an attention, out of that flowers attention. Have you ever looked at a tree without a single word of like or dislike, without a single image? What then takes place? For the first time, you see the tree as it is, and you see the beauty of it, the color, depth, and vitality of it. Beauty is never time-binding. It is wholly free of time and so of culture. It is there when the self is not. Love, freedom, goodness, and beauty are one, not separate. Beauty is where there is order, a mind that is unconfused, that is absolutely orderly. Beauty, not only sensitivity to outward reality, but being sensitive to that beauty which is beyond and above thought and feeling. It begins at school, and you go through life repeating what others have said. You are therefore second-hand human beings. When you have no motive, you are free to observe your conditioning. When you The importance that is given to the hidden layers of consciousness is still on the surface, without any depth. The conscious mind must be still in order to receive the projection of the unconscious. To understand confusion, belief is not necessary. Belief only acts as a screen between ourselves and our problems. Being in a state of confusion, we want someone to get us out of that confusion. So we become concerned with how to escape or avoid the state in which we are. He who plunges into action without considering the problem, thinking that he is reforming the world, it is he who is creating greater confusion and misery. Being aware of the confusion all over the world, what is our response? If the observer is differentiated from the thing observed, there is a contradiction. That very contradiction is the cause of confusion. If there is to be any kind of social change, there must be a different kind of education so that children are not brought up to conform. Real learning comes about when the competitive spirit has ceased. Governments want efficient technicians, not human beings, because human beings become dangerous to governments and to organized religions as well. That is why governments and religious organizations seek to control education. To understand a child, we have to watch him at play, study him in his different moods. We cannot project upon him our own prejudices, hopes, and fears, or mold him to fit the pattern of our desires. Intelligence is the capacity to perceive the essential, the what is. To awaken this capacity in oneself and in others is education. Emotions or sensations are natural, healthy, normal. But when thought takes over, all the mischief begins. All feelings and emotions are related to the brain, and love is not. Sentiment and emotion can be turned either way, to kill or to unify over some foolish intention. Love is not sentiment. To be sentimental or emotional is not love, because sentimentality and emotion are mere sensations. The feeling that is aroused when you see something extraordinarily beautiful has nothing to do with sentimentality or emotion. There is fear of the present, of the future, fear of death, fear of the unknown, fear of not fulfilling, fear of not being loved. There are so many fears, all created by the machinery of thought. One is never afraid of the unknown. One is afraid of the known coming to an end. Fear can exist only in relationship. Fear cannot exist by itself in isolation. Fear twists our ideas and makes crooked the ways of our life. It creates barriers between people, and it certainly destroys love. A mind that believes there is a God, or that there is no God, is a conditioned, prejudiced mind. When there is no fear, the mind is in quite a different dimension. Only then can you ask whether there is a God or not. God or truth comes into being from moment to moment only in a state of freedom and spontaneity. God hasn't created all this misery, has he? If he has, he must be an odd God, a sadist God. Habit is the repetition of a pleasurable act brought about by the stimulating memories and images the mind evokes. If you are simply aware of the whole structure of habit without resistance, there is freedom from habit, and in that freedom a new thing takes place. When you fight a habit, you give life to that habit, and the fighting becomes another habit. Whatever you do is in the pattern of habits. So to do nothing, to have the feeling that you don't have to fight it, is the greatest action of intelligence. Smoking, drinking, or any other habit is an escape from your own nervousness or disturbed state. Happiness is strange. It comes when you are not seeking it. When you are not making an effort to be happy, then unexpectedly, mysteriously, happiness is there, born of purity, of a loveliness of being.
Thanks for watching the video and supporting us. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.